Hey there. If you're the kind of person who enjoys shocking, twist-filled stories, you've landed in the right place. Make sure to hit subscribe and become part of our little storytelling family. Now let's dive in. The moment my lips touched Jeremy's in that hotel elevator, I knew I had detonated a bomb in my own life. It wasn't about love, and it certainly wasn't about passion. It was pride, wine, and the reckless illusion that I could get away with anything. I was in a different city for work, far removed from the safe life I had built with Eric, my kind and steady boyfriend of 3 years. I told myself that what happened in Chicago would stay buried there. But the past has a cruel way of circling back when you least expect it. It began at a business conference. My boss, Monica, had chosen me and 3 others from the marketing team to attend a 3-day leadership summit. She told me I'd been excelling lately and wanted me to represent the company. I felt proud, accomplished. Eric was thrilled for me too. He packed my favorite snacks for the flight and kept sending corny motivational texts the entire way. I thought to myself that I didn't deserve someone as good as him. I was right, though not in the way I believed. Chicago was alive with energy. The hotel was stunning, and the conference rooms buzzed with polished professionals. That's where I met Jeremy, one of the keynote speakers. He was a branding expert with sharp wit, magnetic charm, and the kind of confidence that filled every space he walked into. We first spoke at a networking mixer. I was standing by the bar, sipping an overpriced fruit cocktail, when he struck up a conversation. At first, it was casual. Our impressions of the conference, mutual acquaintances, a little office gossip. But then the tone shifted. His words became flirtatious, and I didn't stop it. I convinced myself it was harmless. But when he leaned closer to whisper a joke, his hand brushing my arm, I felt something inside me crack. He had a way of making me feel like the only star in a crowded sky, and I hated how much I enjoyed it. That night, drinks turned into dinner turned into late cocktails at the hotel lounge, and before long, we were in the elevator. Neither of us spoke. We didn't need to. The silence was louder than words, and every unspoken thought erupted when I kissed him. I let him into my room. By morning, shame was searing through me. I avoided him, skipped his presentation, ignored his texts. On the flight home, I swore to myself it had ended. Eric was waiting at the airport with flowers, smiling like I was the best thing in his world. I nearly broke down right there. For 2 months, I lived in paranoia. Every time my phone buzzed, I thought it was Jeremy. Every time Eric told me he loved me, I flinched inside. I smothered him with affection, desperate to balance out my betrayal. But guilt doesn't wash away, it stains. And then came the party. It was a small Saturday night gathering at one of Eric's old college friends' house. I almost stayed home, claiming I had work to catch up on, but Eric insisted. "It'll be fun," he said, wrapping his arms around me. "You've been tense. Come relax." I wish I had stayed home. The house was crowded. I clung to Eric's arm, forcing smiles and polite laughs as we drifted through conversations. Then I heard it, Jeremy's voice. My heart sank. I turned and saw him standing near the kitchen island, deep in conversation with a man I recognized, Eric's friend Alex. Time slowed. Jeremy noticed me. His brow lifted slightly in recognition, but his face stayed calm, unreadable. Eric walked over eagerly. "Alex, what's up, man?" They hugged. And then Alex gestured toward Jeremy. "This is Jeremy. He's the one I told you about, built his own agency from scratch. Absolute legend." My stomach twisted. Jeremy extended a hand toward Eric, smiling as if this were the most ordinary introduction in the world. "And who's this?" Jeremy asked smoothly, his eyes flicking toward me with a glint of amusement. Eric's smile widened. "This is my girlfriend, Ava." There was the faintest pause, just long enough for me to panic. Jeremy only nodded politely. "Pleasure to meet you, Ava." It felt like a knife hidden inside a handshake. For the rest of the night, I couldn't breathe. Did he know Eric was my boyfriend that night in Chicago? Would he tell him? I locked myself in the bathroom for 20 minutes, staring at a reflection I barely recognized. When I came out, Jeremy was gone. But the damage wasn't. 2 days later, Monica called me into her office. She looked puzzled. "I got an interesting call today," she said, folding her hands. Jeremy Langston reached out. Wants to collaborate on a branding project. He specifically requested that you be part of the team. My body froze. I thought that was strange, Monica continued. He said you worked closely together during the conference. You two barely interacted, right? I forced a nod, my pulse thundering. She studied me carefully. Anything I should know, Ava? I lied. No. That night, I sat on the edge of the bed while Eric brushed his teeth. I wanted to confess, wanted to rip the truth out of my chest. But I was terrified. Terrified of losing him, of being the villain in our story. But fate wasn't going to let me hide. The following weekend, I came home from errands to find Eric in the living room, his face hard, his phone in his hand. He didn't say a word, just held it out to me. It was a screenshot. Jeremy and me in the hotel lobby, timestamped. Forwarded to Alex with a casual caption. Small world. Didn't know she was taken. Eric didn't scream, didn't cry. He just looked at me like I was a stranger. How long, he asked. I stumbled over apologies, excuses, desperate explanations. None of it mattered. I saw the exact second trust shattered in his eyes. That night, he packed a bag and left. I haven't seen him since. Now I still go to work, still smile in meetings, still laugh with Monica as if my life isn't crumbling. But everything feels hollow. It's like I'm watching someone else live my life. I thought I could cheat once and bury it. I thought the past would stay hidden. But then it walked into a party, shook hands with my future, and tore everything down. I don't blame Jeremy. He never owed me anything. The truth is, I destroyed myself the second I let those elevator doors close.